What's up, Jacob?
Jacob, aka Jackie, aka Chen, aka Jake.
You can't be starting with that.
What's up?
You good, man?
Yeah, we haven't done one of these in so long.
It's been like
3 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yeah, but we've still been releasing episodes. How did that happen?
Magic.
Pre-record.
Outfit changes.
3 episodes in a day. But we're back. It's been ages. I've been gone, working on a secret project.
I can't wait to podcast that one. It's gonna be
Working
good.
on a movie, baby. A groovy movie with some incredible people, but I can't really talk too much about it. But it was very, very good.
In a year's time, we can.
Yeah, maybe longer. I wonder how long it takes to make a film.
I reckon the average is probably like 2.5 years.
I believe they finish filming in like the next 2 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But then it's just all the post-production
Yeah, but
shit.
like, how long does that take?
Long. So I know editors.
Whoa.
Right, so
Whoa.
dude, he might be editing you. That'd be so funny.
Whoa.
Do you want to start that again?
Whoa. NDA.com. Shit, Jacob.
Sorry. Sorry.
Trying to get me cancelled, eh? You did.
No, I just hate watching this. We did that for sure. But yeah, I know when it is, and it is a long process.
I was watching on Vanity Fair. I think I told you the other day, but they do like a breakdown of like different creatives, or they have videos of different creatives doing breakdown on how films are made. And I was watching the CGI guy on Who Made Spider-Man.
Right.
And like he's like, oh, this is how we filmed it in New York. Bitch, it's none of it's in New York. It's all in Atlanta.
That's
and
mad,
like they
isn't it?
blue screen everything.
Was they like on the actual street with a
No,
blue
they've
screen
got like
behind?
a set and they've created a street and put like 7 cars on it.
That's
And then
mad.
blue screen all the way around, and everything else is like CGI blue screened.
Yeah, crazy.
But it looks like identical to New York.
New York. I wonder how that how do you actually make shit look that real?
I don't know, learn. Go and figure
Your
it
career
out.
path.
Go and figure it out. You're clever.
Oh mate, that's.
You're the camera ninja.
No, I'm an ape who headbutts the keyboard repeatedly until shit works.
You blag everything till you're half decent at it.
True.
Like, you got this. So
Thanks.
yeah, we're back. But what else has been popping in the world since we've done this episode? Wilkes Academy had the end of year show
Nice.
in
Was
this
it good?
time. Yeah, it was very, very good. I cried twice.
Did you?
Yeah,
Ah.
I cried in Ricky Jinx's number, I See Stars. They were all amazing, but Elle came out and like basically she's like the main person in it.
Right.
And I don't know, I just had this thing of like, oh my God, I'm not going to teach her anymore.
How's she done?
Yeah, like she graduates this year. And I had this thing of like,
Wait, we're getting on the podcast then.
yeah. But I was just like, I don't know, it was like a proud moment because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she was phenomenal, but like also made me like really sad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I was like,
the
I'm
end of
not going to
that.
see her every week.
Yeah.
So I was pretty gutted. And then I cried in the finale. Kai Scanlon comes out and started singing.
Did he?
Yeah.
Can he sing?
Yeah, he was singing. He started singing and then Elle sang and I was a fucking hot mess.
Oh. I
was like,
wait,
get
you
it-
actually got emotions.
Yeah. I was like, get it together, Ginge.
I like the fact that you still had to say get it together.
I was like, sort your life out. But you don't, I think you don't realize how like, how invested you are
yeah, until
like
Moments
those
like that.
moments come. Because like when you see him dance all the time, you're like, yeah, they're good. But I was so emotionally invested that like when I saw them like on stage thinking, oh my God, I'm probably not going to teach them again.
yeah,
Like, I don't know.
They'll come back to the program.
Yeah,
won't
for
they?
sure. But you know, it's just that moment.
Yeah.
But everyone was dope. The first years did very, very well. They did my showpiece, my first ever showpiece. Was very proud.
What song was it?
Black Eyed Peas. Let's get it started. Ha! That one.
Dancer, not singer.
Yeah. All right, dick. But no, I really enjoyed it. It was a great show. Like, they're so talented. And my other favorite thing about going to watch this show is that I get to see them do things
That's not yours.
that's not mine.
Yeah.
So like, say like they're 5 out of 10 in my class, I get to see them be there 9 out of 10 in something else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm like mind blown how versatile they are.
Well, I guess that's the training, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And like how
'Cause Wilkes is
and
quite
how
versatile.
unversatile I am. Like when they did
I
it.
can do a really good Bart Simpson, and that's
Yeah, they did like they did Newsies and like they're doing tap, dance, like tricks, singing. Like, dude, it was phenomenal, and I just had such goosebumps. I was like, I'm rubbish. I can do nothing.
yeah. You're a master of what you do. You're not a jack of all trades, are you?
Most definitely not. A master, I wouldn't go say master, but I'll take it. Thank you for the nice compliment.
Well, you're pretty good at what you do.
Slightly above average. But yeah, it's dope. Really, really good. What else has been popping? I taught then on this Friday.
Nice.
For the first time in a month.
Stamina.
So, well, it's just weird how I've gone from teaching like every damn day for the past 3 years to like not for a month. And for the first hour, my ability to communicate was shocking.
Right.
Like, I'm sure it was still good on the scheme of like dance teachers.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I'm probably still in the top percentage. But like, I don't know, I was really struggling to find like my way of communicating what I wanted to say and what I was thinking, where I haven't had to think like that in such a long time. I've just been like the guinea pig on set, being a dancer, like just being told what to do. So then having to be like, look around the room and see 40 people and have to communicate one thing in 40 different ways. I was like,
You're going back into leadership role.
yeah, but I did do my disclaimer before every class. I was like, yo, I haven't taught in a while. This could be a hot mess. Like, so please bear with me. But no, that was nice. Really nice to be back. But after like the warm up, the first 15 minutes of class, I was dead. And I had to teach 5 more classes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm sure you pulled through there.
How have you been? You filmed a choir last night.
I filmed a choir last night.
filmed a
That's
choir
not my
last
usual
night.
thing I
Yeah.
film.
How was that?
It was nice actually. It was like interesting getting like 30 different shots. But yeah, I've been busy with videography. I've been filmed a couple of shows last week. I filmed a few classes. Yeah, just been everywhere with it lately.
You filmed a podcast yesterday, which
filmed a
we're not
podcast,
going to announce what it is, but it's pretty damn cool. But
It is pretty damn
stay
cool.
tuned. It's coming. I wonder if we can. I'd like to plug it so then people know it's coming. But
Well, let's ask before we start plugging in.
true. But yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be
That was
very
London
fun.
yesterday, wasn't it?
It was a lovely day
It was a lovely day.
with 2 other wonderful people.
Yeah.
But it's not this podcast, it's somebody else's podcast. But it's going to be a good one. So you go check it out.
We're all the podcasts.
All the podcasts. But yeah. What are we talking about today?
Oh, I thought you had that planned.
Yeah, I've got some questions.
Oh, actually, you know what? I do have
Yeah.
a question for you.
Okay.
If you were able to dance, like click of your fingers, could dance like any other dancer that isn't in your usual category of movement, like the John Grahams of, who would you like to be able to dance like and why? And there could be multiple people, like a fusion.
Can I use like 4?
Yeah, like a fusion of them.
Like if I could fuse like a bunch of different
Yeah,
people
yeah,
together.
go.
Okay. I would use. I'd be Will West.
Who's that? I haven't heard that name.
Will West, he's just been on this job with me, and he is a very talented all-round dancer. Like he can do like everything, but I don't know. He just has this superhuman ability when he dances. Like I was watching him on the job we're doing, and I was like, I hope you're going into acting. And
Right.
he was like, yeah, and I was like, because you will be an Avenger.
Like, just so
he's,
athletic.
like so
and-
athletic. He can break. His tricks are dope. Like he's dancing. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say. He's dancing on something, and he jumps across the thing, jumps off it, lands on a step, and then flips off the step.
What a gangster.
Just
So he's like
like-
a free runner as well, almost. Like
Yeah, but like, and he's a dope dancer. So he's just an alien, dude. Like, so he's like an alien. So Will West, he'd be my one.
Okay. What sort of
For
like,
his
what's
act-
his dance movement like? Is he more...
I wouldn't say there's like a he does this because he can do everything,
Right.
but like his tricking and his breaking and his athleticism is just
Right.
crazy. But he's not like UK people champs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like it's how he fuses stuff together, and like he's just dope. I would say Josh Denya.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'd love to be that technical.
God, yeah.
And make movement look that incredible. Like pff, he's ridiculous. Kai Scanlon.
Okay, for the tap?
Yeah, for his tap.
Let's go, Kai.
Because to
Making the
me,
top
like
4.
he's like the dopest tapper. And his ability to just like, he doesn't just stand there and move his feet. Like he can actually dance and tap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not
There's
like
more
just
of a story
standing there.
behind it.
It's not just making sounds with his feet. He can make his body tell the story too.
Yeah.
How many is that? 3.
1,
And it's
2.
not allowed to be in my field that I would normally
No.
choose. Who else would I
You can
choose?
maybe choose like a dope house dancer.
I
like,
would choose Brooke
Okay.
for popping.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooke's popping like or Harry Popper. Ooh.
I don't know Harry Potter.
Yeah, you do.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
I feel like I'll go.
Have you
Brooke.
taken Brooke's class before?
No, never. I'll go Brooke because I said him first, but they're both incredible. But let's go Brooke. So yeah, Brooke for his popping. Because I obviously can't pop to save my life. I look like I'm having baby like panic attacks.
Dude, it's so hard.
My
I spent,
left
like, a
shoulder
good-
has it looks like my left shoulder's got Tourette's whilst I'm dancing.
Whilst you're dancing. I tried to really like get good at popping for like 6 months, and I was like,
In lockdown, dude, I was doing locking class. Locking. I was doing locking classes as well. I was doing popping classes online with Pop and Pete,
Pete.
on CLI Studios, and I was like, I'm gonna get really good at this. No, better.
What I find hard is the leg pop,
Yeah, me too.
like because I don't want to pop backwards. Like I want to pop
No.
forward.
Yeah, I want to pop backwards.
What? So you'd actually rather go like the inverted?
Yeah, the real way to do it.
I know, but like to my PT head goes no.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but so there's a guy called Fred.
Right.
He's from Old Men Groovin'. He's like a UK legend. So on this job, I was talking to him about popping, and I should have picked his brain, man. I did say to him, I was like, I'd love to have like a little popping sesh with you.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, of course. And then
You never really.
job life kicks in, and you just can't be bothered. Just end up playing hacky sack or frisbee the whole time. And I said to him, I was like, I want to pop back, but it scares me. I was like, I always worry about injuring my legs. And he's like, if you do it properly, you won't.
You won't.
He's like, it's about your hip. So I'm intrigued to know more. Yeah.
Just get it on.
But I bet everyone has their own different technique.
Of way to do it.
Because Poppin' Pete just fully slams his leg back. Like, he's like, you just condition
That's
it.
arthritis in a few years.
But it's like a Muay Thai person kicking with his shin.
Yeah.
You just condition it, I'm sure. That's 4. I need one more.
What? You can go for.
No, I'll do
5.
one more.
Okay.
Doesn't dance like me. It's got to be
is-
some sort of like jazz funk, hasn't it? Because I'm...
It doesn't have to be. I mean, it could be another person of like another popper.
Okay,
Like,
no,
who's
it
more
would
of a
be
Boogaloo style.
No, it would be Denzel Chisholm.
recognize the name.
Either Denzel Chisholm or CJ Salvador. They're
Okay.
a fusion of either or.
Yeah.
Just because they both do like choreo, but like different. They move very differently to me, and they both move.
CJ's got a
incredibly.
bit more of like a
just
a
loose-
Latino.
Yeah,
No, not Latino. That's what am I looking for?
I don't know.
Like salsa-esque.
Maybe just one routine, but I feel what you're saying.
Like the way he uses his torso. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. They're just both incredible dancers, and I can't move like them. So yeah, them.
Nice.
What about you?
I haven't thought about this. Do you know what? Ask the question, but I haven't thought about the response. One dance that comes to mind is J Blaze. And something that I've noticed about the way I dance is I use my legs to level change. I never use my spine to level change. Like, and what I mean by like I would never like this is normally very upright. Do you know what I mean? I use my legs to go up and down.
Yeah, 'cause
when
that's their
someone
job.
like J Blaze or Antoine Troupe, for example, they use their like upper body a lot to like create movement up and down.
Yeah, I
Does that
feel
make
what you're
sense?
saying. Yeah.
Do you mean that like, duck under sort
Yeah.
of thing where I just would never think to move that way?
Yeah.
So like their use of their torso is very different to me. So like Antoine Troupe, like J Blaze, someone like I'd love to be as technical as like Josh Daniel, Luke McFarlane, that sort of thing, or Blake McGrath.
Good, well done. How
Like-
do you know about Blake McGrath?
Because I've watched a lot of his concept videos and
Nice.
stuff. So someone like that, like the way he moves is so
He's incredible.
He's
dancer.
incredible.
and he's wham.
Yeah, and he's like he looks like
Wham.
physically like strong and
Yeah.
he's got a good physique on him, and to be able to move like that is such a to have both must be hard.
I agree.
So yeah, someone like Blake McGrath, or McGrath or McGrath.
McGrath. I don't know McGrath.
We'll go with both. Someone who's like a really loose house dancer, like Frankie J.
Yeah, Frankie's incredible. I didn't go with like Frankie J or like Michael Naylor because like
There's something so loose about him.
yeah, but I feel like because it's house, like I'm okay at house. So like, do you know what I mean? I tried.
But it's the way they
steering-
execute house,
Yeah, I
right?
tried using people who can do stuff that I have no ability of doing.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'd be like Michael Naylor all day. Like,
Okay.
like
but like I'm sure Michael can move in ways like he's got, from memory, contemporary
yeah, oh, dude,
background.
he's phenomenal. But the others are further away from me than what Michael is.
Right,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? So I
yeah,
tried
yeah,
choosing
yeah.
ones like way outside of my spectrum of dance.
Okay, so one more. I can't think of one. I
You're
don't know.
rubbish. But they're good choices.
Yeah.
I got really fast and jump to the gun. And my other one would be Wade Robson.
Who's that?
Who is Wade Robson? The guy who released the documentary on Michael Jackson touching him.
Okay.
Incredible dancer.
Is he a dope dancer,
Oh
is he?
my god. We'll go down a rabbit hole after this.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're mine. Good questions, bro.
Nice.
I like that. It was a good question. We're speaking of questions.
Because it makes you think like, oh, how do I become that? Like, so many times I watch like an Antoine Troop video, and I'm like, how does he move like that? And it makes me think about movement differently.
Take his class.
Yeah.
He does online.
Does it?
Yeah, I think his troop program, like he does troop training.
Does
his
it?
program.
Oh, I might look into that.
Yeah. I feel like he's like the American me.
Yeah.
He's not, but like we're both like kind of trying
Training
to do
programs, got
training
podcasts.
Yeah. I look up to him a lot. He's a
Love-
super dope guy.
Yeah.
So we got some questions
Okay.
from the Grammage
Before
Q&A.
we start, I'm just going to quickly check the IG live. It's not in a weird frame.
Why? Don't worry about it. It's just Instagram. It's just life.
We've only got 2 people live watching.
That's okay. So we got some questions. We have 8. Let's see if we get through them. Yeah.
Wait. Let me try and guess one of them.
Okay.
How do you deal with losses or no's?
No.
Okay. How?
No, you said let me guess one. Okay, go again.
I haven't got one right yet.
No.
How? What do you do to make yourself stand out?
No.
Really? Okay, go on. Enlighten me. What we got? What we got, Coach?
Oh yeah, kind of. That was kind of one. We'll go straight with that one then.
Okay.
COVID. So just got shadow banned. So I can't say this person's name. Relakin Wong. I apologize. Yeah, this person. What the industry look out for in an audition and how to be successful in an audition. Okay, so
Check out episode How to Make Yourself Stand Out.
yeah, check out episode
Whatever it is.
120 or something like that. How to stand out in audition. What the industry look out for in an audition, how to be successful. Be successful, I guess, do everything and more that is what required of you in the audition. I think the answer is always it depends. It depends on what you're auditioning for. But let's just say as a standard audition, be on time, look presentable, be professional, pick up the choreo to the best of your ability and execute it to a high standard, have a good freestyle, make sure you can perform it to a high standard. Those are the simplest breakdowns of how to stand out, I guess, in an audition.
Yeah, I mean,
without going into too much detail.
We have done a whole episode on this,
Yeah.
so for sure check that one out.
But what people look for, again, it depends on the job or what the audition is for. They might be casting you for a specific role, so you might have to have specific traits or attributes to fit those roles. I would say always just try and research on what it is you're auditioning for, so you're going in with the best understanding of what you need to be or what you need to bring. Like I have 2 auditions this week, so I've been doing research on the choreographer who's holding the auditions to see what they look for in dancers and see what's the common dancer that they like to hire and how do I fit that brief or how do I fit his taste buds, if that makes sense.
Getting your chameleon skin on.
Yeah. So good question, but there is a whole episode on it, so go and check it out. Next episode, Matt Paul Roberts. What's up, son? Wilkes Academy student. I've only trained in hip hop / commercial for 2 years. What are some key tips to improve in? Very good question, because I would say the obvious thing would just be to keep taking class, keep doing it. But if you keep doing it and just showing up, you will improve. But depending on how you show up and your
intention
in the class will determine on how quickly you improve. So I would say, first of all, like assess how you take class and assess the things that you struggle with and assess the things that you find easy or you don't struggle with as much in the class. Figure out where you're at. Where are you standing in the room? Like, if you really want to improve, if I were you, I'd be off the teacher's shoulder the whole class. So you can literally not skip a beat of information. You can constantly scan up and down without having to look through 15 people, or in your case, 40 people when you've got a big class. Like, I would put yourself in the best position in the room to start with before it even happens. Before you even get into the room, what mindset are you entering the room in? Like, enter in a headspace of like, you're willing to fail because that's going to help you learn. Like, don't be like so stressed out of in like, oh, I have to get it perfect. Like, yeah, of course that's the goal, but be open to not getting it, but to try and do what is being required. I think John said this in class before, but like, when you're in class, maybe don't try and just learn the combo that you're being taught and dance it how you want to dance it. Try and dance it exactly how it's being asked of you, or what the intention is, because then you're going to improve on that way of dancing something as opposed to just doing it how Matt does it. And obviously that depends on the class, because sometimes, like for me, in my lessons, I don't want you to try and do it exactly how I do it. I give you free reign to try and explore and figure out new ways of you moving, or just because I'm trying to build your confidence on your willingness to try and execute it and be fearless, as opposed to try and be a clone of me, because I'm trying to remove restrictions and let you try and be more of a creative whilst dancing it yourself.
Would that be like match the intention of the class? Like,
yeah,
try and match the intention what the class is giving.
Exactly. So depending on what intention is being required, what intention is being required in the class, match it. So say you're in a Josh Warmby class and he wants you to all be super clean like you're doing a music video. Like, yeah, that make sure you're fulfilling that to its fullest potential. And then if you're not fulfilling it, or you feel like there's a moment there you're struggling, it's down to you to figure out why that is. What is it that you're struggling with, and why are you struggling with it? And then how can you put more effort or emphasis on that one thing that you struggle with? You know what I mean?
Bars.
Like, that's what I do. I try and figure out my weakness in that lesson. And then maybe the next class I take that one, I really focus on that thing that I struggled with. So I improve in that area. So I build that attribute. So if the attribute is like, I actually really struggled using textures, like in Ricky Jinx's class, I'm going to work on figuring out those textures in his class. You know what I mean? So I just become your own teacher as well as relying on the teacher to teach you. Did you have any?
I think you covered everything there.
Okay.
And more.
This isn't a question. Oh, well, I guess it is. Poppy Dancer, whoever that is. Hi, Poppy. She says, you're such an inspirational person. What do you like the most about commercial street hip hop? Commercial street and hip hop. They're all different things, but what I like most is that it allows me, this sounds really corny, but when it's a genre of movement I like, or feels good to me, or music I like, it allows me to feel free. It allows me to feel present. And I stop thinking about everything before and after that moment. I'm kind of so much enjoying what that feels like to dance, or what that feels like on my body, that nothing else kind of really matters.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know what that's about me, but whatever. I'm so musically driven. So if it's like I'm so drawn to hip hop. I was drawn to hip hop listening to it long before I became a dancer. So it's like, makes you more enjoyable to dance, isn't it?
Yeah. But again, I don't always enjoy stuff within those genres, because if I don't like the movement and I don't like the song, I don't really want to be there. But you know, it is what it is. Alicia Lucy Whitlock, who's done the training program, she says, how do you stay motivated? I'm going to let you answer this one. You go first, because I feel like we both have very different things that motivate us, although we're both very motivated people.
I would say motivation is a temporary experience, and you can't rely on motivation. You've got to rely on discipline. So
that's why I let you answer this. I knew you'd have something good like that.
Do you know what I mean? It's like I only feel motivated 10% of the time, but I'm disciplined for 90. You know, so it's like, I said 90, you know, it's a totally arbitrary number, but it's setting up habits and routines that you can constantly adhere to, which are achievable, which creates momentum. And once you have momentum, it's a lot easier to stay disciplined. There's a quote it says, if you want something done, ask a busy person. And it's because
Why?
they'll get it done. There's reason why people have nothing to do, because they're not doing anything, which then creates nothing to do. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, for example, we do the podcast, which means I've then got to edit, which then I've got to make reels. So it's like by doing the podcast, I then have 2 other stages after. So it's like the discipline to constantly show up and do, to create momentum. Like momentum to me is the key to like career longevity and career development. So how can you set up your week to allow you to be as productive or as creative or whatever process you're joining as possible? An example of what I do is I diarize stuff. So for example, between 9 and 10 p.m. is my focused hour work. So between 9 and 10, no matter what happens, I do focused work, whether that's studying something, whether that's training, whether that's a gym workout, like whatever, like 9 to 10 p.m. is my hour and no one gets to book into that hour. So that makes it more manageable and achievable, which then creates momentum further down the line. So basically fuck motivation, rely on discipline. And how can you make that discipline achievable?
Yeah, I'm going to counter that, because that works for you, but that would never work for me. I can't be like, I'm going to block out this hour, because that just doesn't work with my lifestyle, because every day is such a different day.
But it's a way of, it's not about the diarising, it's about making it achievable.
Of course. I stay motivated by setting myself targets. I set myself goals. So once upon a time, my goal was to get into a company called Dance to Excess. How do I do that? Keep training and training and training until I'm good enough to dance next to those people, audition for it. Then it was to dance on X Factor. How do I do on that? Keep taking classes with people who do that job until I get into the position that they're in and I get to do it. I always set myself goals. And sometimes they're very, very high standard goals. They're very, very far away. But I just keep working at it and using discipline to reach that target. But I have to be motivated first, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I need the motivation.
The goal's the motivation.
The goal's the motivation. Yeah, the discipline that
gets
gets me there. And mine is forever changing. So, then at one point the goal was to move to LA. So I was motivated to make that happen. So I'm constantly chasing different goals. And if you speak to me
Oh, shit. We lost the camera.
Come back.
Look, remote.
You're a mess today.
I am a mess today.
Your remote was on here.
Anyway, carry on talking.
There it is on the table. Your probably lost my train of thought. Yeah, so if you speak to me like every 2 months, I probably have a different goal. Because I've probably achieved the goal I wanted to achieve, or I've come close to it, or I've had to take a pause and focus on something new and then come back to it. I never give up on a goal. I never give up on a dream. I sometimes change direction because a new door opens on that corridor on the way to my final destination, even though there's not a final destination. But so like it was once to move to LA. Then when I came back from LA, it was to be a really like busy working dancer here again. Then it was to buy a property. So I was like, okay, how do I save money to buy a property? I have to change my career path. Then it was like since Christmas, it's been to buy a new house and buy a new car. So I've really like capitalized on like, right, I'm going to teach as much as I can. Like
cash money.
The other one is like our motivation, and our goal is to release an episode every week.
I was going to bring this up. Damn it.
Like it's to release an episode every week. So like the days where it's like, Jake, I can't be at the studio on these weeks, we're like, cool, we're going to record 3-4 episodes to make sure that we reach that goal. And that is, after 2 episodes, we're not motivated, but we're disciplined to make that work.
To like kind of add on to that is like, if you know that something's going to take you off your disciplinary route, like find a way to problem solve. Like as Ken said, like if we can't get an episode in 1 week, we'll film 2 the week before or whatever. So it's like, regardless of what our life is doing, we can still stick. We found a solution to stick to what we've said we're going to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's about not taking in information from the world and being able to find a solution to that gets you to where you need to be.
And say for you in particular, Alicia, like you're in college. So for you to stay motivated to go and do ballet every morning is quite hard, right? Because you do it every day for you're going to do it every day for 3 years. Try and remember what it was like to be back in school and you wish that could happen. So think about where you've come from and where you are now. So you've already achieved something. You already achieved to get into dance college, to take ballet every day so you can live your dream, or whatever class you need to be motivated to stay motivated for. And then go, okay, what does this look like for me in 4 years' time when I graduate? If I show up to every ballet class and give my all, or if I only go to 3 a week, what difference does that outcome look like? Because that's the difference of like, that's what, say instead of doing 5 classes, you only did 3. So that's 3 hours of ballet instead of 5 a week. Let's look at that over a year, then let's look at that over 3 years. That's a whole lot of training.
You're 40%. You're 40% down.
Jake's good at percentages. Like, like you've lost a lot of training. Like, so try and find ways to make you see the bigger picture. Even on this job that I was just doing, like sometimes it would be so monotonous and it would be so boring. And I'd be like, oh, like this is so dry. And then I'd go, 3 months ago, I was dying to get this job and now I'm here. And then I would also go, right, what I make today on this movie set, some people work all week for. And I'm moaning about being bored. Like, so that motivates me and goes, okay, change of perspective. Like this is actually pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
There's different things I think that can motivate you.
One more to add on to that is like I always listen, like if I'm struggling for motivation and discipline, I listen to something that motivates me or watch something that motivates me. Like the other day I watched a motivational film, like on my like rare time off. I was like, I woke up the next day, I was like, yeah, I'm going to kick ass today.
Yeah. So if you're struggling to be motivated, like to go to college, go and look at videos of Tasha Riley dance.
Yeah.
Like go and watch videos of Danielle Polanco.
Look at people who inspire you.
Like go and find videos of like Tatiana, like all these incredible dancers that you like, oh, I want to be like them. Well, you can be.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be like them if you don't show up. So figure out your motivation, I guess, because everyone's is going to be different.
For sure. Good question.
Good question. Another good question from Laura Kelly, another lovely lady from the training program. She says, advice for students going into 3rd year, what to do over the summer to prepare. So she's currently in a 2nd year. Summer holidays coming.
Take the ins and outs training program.
We don't have one in the summer yet. Listen to every episode. Do you know what? That's actually an amazing question. And for the first time ever, I really feel like I can answer this very well. As a dancer, we don't get seasons. We don't get an on season and an off season when you're a working dancer. It's not like being a footballer. You don't get time to rest, recover, recuperate, go and train, go and get better at being faster and stronger. You always, as a dancer, have to focus on doing that and working on the skill set. So you're working on your mental ability, your physical ability to show up and perform, and you're also working on your skill set all at the same time. When you're a footballer or you're in a team sport where they have leagues or something, there's a lot of the time where like when you're in season, like you're just going to be focused on not being injured and practicing some skills, like, and staying fit. When you're off season, you're going to be working on getting faster, stronger, powerful, more explosive, learning new skills. They have seasons where they get to work on each thing. Whereas as a dancer, we somehow have to manage all of this at the same time. However, when you're at college, you haven't really got time to be like, how am I going to get faster, fitter, and stronger? Because you spend 7 hours a day dancing. So that is your getting faster, fitter, stronger, and learning new skills. But you're going to have 6 weeks off. So in this 6 weeks, what I would recommend is that you spend this time to let your brain maybe relax a bit from dance, switch off that dance tool if you can. If you need to, you might not need to. You might not struggle to be motivated to always dance. But sometimes taking a step away from it is going to help you feel motivated to go back into it. And it'll make you want it more. But still do a little bit so you keep those attributes and those skills up. So you still keep being able to pick up, practice doing some ballet bar, do some pliés, still stretch. But I would utilize this time to get your physicality and your mentality, is that the right word, into the top peak condition. Like get them so fit and so healthy and so prepared to go into another 8-9 months of vigorous training. So like get yourself to your top condition. So when you go back, you feel fit, you feel strong, you feel powerful, you feel motivated, you feel ready to go back to work. You don't go back to college in September in your third year and feel like you're going to spend the first 4 weeks trying to get fit. Because what happens is people will take a break, they'll do nothing. And then when they go back to September, they don't even train for the first month because they're still trying to figure out how to get their body back in that physical condition to dance every day. Whereas if you've spent all that time, 6 weeks, getting your body rested, but fitter, stronger, more flexible, ready to go back to work.
Yeah, good sleep, good food, good training. Like
you're going to go back 100% as opposed to going back unfit, tired, sluggish, not rested. Like that's going to change that first 2 months of your training hugely.
Yeah, instead of spending your time getting boozed up.
It's like you've taken your car on a service and MOT before you go back to driving it.
Yeah,
this is your body's time to service an MOT. You get to refill everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I like it's a good response.
That's what I would do. That would be my way of... And then set yourself some goals. Set yourself some targets so you can go, right, when I get back to college and I get back to like my full-on 5 days a week training again, 6 because you do the program, what am I really trying to achieve now? What have I not improved on that I wish that I would need to improve on by the time I graduate?
Time to realign your focus kind of thing.
Yes.
Interesting.
So you've picked up your foundations in everything now in your first and second year. Now, where do you want to be when you graduate? Where do you really want to put all your emphasis on? Like, say you want to be like, I'm going to be a leading lady in the West End, but your singing maybe, or your acting might not be your strongest thing. Go, I'm going to spend a little more time on that now when I get back. You know, like just realign or readjust your intentions for when you go back, as well as obviously get into your top physical and mental condition.
Good answer. Winning coach.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Next question. Any advice on how to pick up and remember choreography? I would say just you have to keep training that tool. I've always been pretty good at picking up choreography. I wouldn't say always, that's a fat lie. But when I was a working dancer, my pickup was really fast. I don't have to pick up choreography very often anymore. And now when I do have to, I'm nowhere near as sharp as I was. Not even remotely close. Like, so I probably have to learn choreography now once a month. When I have a guest teacher come in and teach, I'll take their class. And I struggle to pick up. I actually pick up slower than the students I teach because they learn choreography every single day of the week because they're in training and their brain is so used to absorbing new information. And my brain doesn't use that tool anymore. So actually, for me, it's something that has deteriorated a lot. So I would say you have to keep doing it and you have to keep training that skill. And then when you get to the point where you feel like picking up choreography is easy, you find new ways to challenge yourself to make yourself pick it up. So I remember when John Graham used to teach at Studio Center, well, he still does, but he used to teach a wonderful dancer who we talk about all the time called Michael Naylor. And he said Michael Naylor was so advanced. He used to make him sit on a chair and sit on his hands for the class and learn the choreography, sat down and then get up and dance it at the end.
What, with no time?
Yeah, because he would pick it up so much quicker than everyone.
Yeah.
He was like, the only way he can push him and train his brain to pick up more is to not let him actually do it and to learn it sat down.
That's crazy.
So like, and a skill I used in lockdown, actually, I would challenge myself to pick up choreography from watching videos. So instead of doing like a dance class online, I'd find an Instagram video and I'd download it to my phone and I'd just keep watching it and I'd keep watching it and I'd try and learn it and I'd learn it as fast as I can. So then I actually got really good at it because I was doing it every day for like however long. I would end up like being able to pick up a combo from watching an Instagram video in like 25, 30 minutes. You know, that's quicker than people pick it up in the class because
crazy.
I was training that skill. Whereas 2 years later, I don't really pick up anymore. That skill it dies quite quick. So
It's surprising how much of it is a skill and not just a natural talent.
I think some people have a natural ability to like do it, like, you know, photographic memory, like you can just
there are
retain
people more
information.
genetically predisposed, but it is a skill, isn't it? Like,
But I think the best thing to do is just keep doing it.
I'm dog shit at that.
What else do we have? Ooh. Chris Travers, aka the trainer hookup. If anyone needs some trainers that you can't get hold of, go on Instagram,
Who's your guy?
search Chris CHRIS Travers TRAVERS, and he will hook you up with some pandas. Panda bra. I got bras in Atlanta. Scoop. Yeah, so his question is, best way to locate agents if you don't get open auditions? Great question. Just mid episode, yeah?
Yeah, sorry.
Just like that.
Well, I got no relevance to this conversation.
Jeez. What an amateur. So best way to locate agents if there's no open auditions. I would say Instagram is your best tool at the moment. Search agencies, search dance agencies online. I'm sure if you find dancers who graduated or working dancers, go on their profiles, they've probably tagged their agents in it, so you can find out what agents there are. Follow them all. Maybe turn on their notifications so you can see if they do post any open auditions or anything like that. Otherwise, I would just do the good old-fashioned route of get all your shit together, get nice headshots, get some good dance footage, write a CV, and send a really nice email and see how that works for you. Otherwise, you could tag them in a dance video. Like, and you can tag like up to 20 people. Just tag them. You could send them a video of you that you really like on Instagram. Some agents might love that. I think if I was an agent, I would like it. But some might not. So it could go either way. I always think like if they have a business Instagram account, that means they're open for business via Instagram. So although some people might deem it unprofessional to like message them on Instagram or send them a video, they've started a business Instagram account. That's what it's for. That's how they promote their business. So I don't see the problem with it. But again, it's each to their own. But just, I would say send a good old fashioned email to that agent saying, hey, my name's Chris. I'm looking for representation. I would love to have a meeting with you at some point. Or if you have any auditions, please, could you let me know? Like I said, send them good footage of you dancing or a show reel, nice CV, nice headshots. And that would be the best way. But I think social media is the way forwards to finding anything, because that's what we all use, right? That's how we promote this. That's how I find out about what shoes are dropping. That's how I find out what concerts are on. Like, social media is the new internet, in a way. But yeah, otherwise just tag them on Instagram, because if they've got a business account, that means to me that account is open for business. Don't be afraid to message them or tag them. Do you have a nice pee?
Yeah, thanks.
Welcome back, mate.
Sorry, very unprofessional of me today.
You are. You're a hot mess. You're fired.
You can't fire me. I'm part of this.
I can.
Try me.
But I need to use all your equipment. So Evie White _ Evie White.
Didn't she used to come to the program?
Yeah, she does come to the program. Very, very lovely girl. She says, the do's and don'ts with approaching agents, please. Basically, kind of a question I just asked. Don'ts. Don't approach an agent if you can't go with your best foot forward. So don't email them, or don't tag them in Instagram post, or don't send them a message if it doesn't represent you to a high standard. If you're going to send them something of yourself, which is 70% of your ability,
Don't do it.
don't do it. You want to show them you to your highest capacity, your highest potential, your highest ability.
And I think that comes with patience, right? And I'm not talking about a dance, but there's been times where I've wanted to do something, but and I've rushed the process and got burnt because of it. Do you know what I mean? Have patience with that, right?
Yeah, so when you're approaching them, go with your best foot forward. If you have a meeting with an agent, because some agents like having meetings with you, go in looking the shit. Go in like it's your first date. If you were trying to go on a date with Zac Efron, you wouldn't show up in joggers and a top, right? You'd be dressing to the nines. Go looking like it's your first date, because it's your first encounter. don't be looking tired. Go with all your stuff, even though in this day and age that you've probably emailed them your headshot, your CV and everything. If it was me, I would take a USB with it all on just in case they were like, do you have it with you by any chance?
Yeah, smart.
Just by you saying yes shows how professional and how ready you are.
Like you're eliminating them to say no.
Yeah.
Like ways to set for them
Like
to say
they
no.
might not even ask it. They probably won't, but they might. Do you know what I mean? They'd be like, oh, have you sent me that? And you'd be like, oh, if you, like, imagine we're in a meeting and Jake was like, did you send me your CV? Because I didn't get it. And you'd be like, oh, I did, but I actually have it here if you want to just take it off my hard drive.
Yeah,
or take it off my USB. How prepared that makes you look.
Makes you look nuts.
Like, it looks crazy. In fact, performers, I recommend you get a USB stick, you put your CV, your headshots and your show reel on it, and you get one that's a key ring and stick it to your keys.
Bang. Reeled.
That's actually gangster.
Yeah, I'm reeling that.
Yeah. So like, then you're always ready. Like, stay ready. Camilla said it in the Q&A. Stay ready.
Yeah, don't get ready. Be ready.
Like I always say, when I was in LA, I had my headshots, my CV, and like audition clothes in the boot of my car, so I was always ready. Stay ready. But anyway, approaching your agent. Do it with professionalism. Don't be like, hey bro, or hey mate, or yo. Like, remember you're speaking to a professional. You're speaking to a business. Unless you have that relationship with them. I can message my agents like, hey mate, how are you? Like with the one agent, I'll be like, yo bro. But we already have that rapport. I've known him 15 years. So maybe you can't approach an agent like that. You definitely shouldn't. But I just think, make sure you're always going with your best foot forwards. Hold yourself to a high standard. The higher standard you hold yourself to, the better product you're probably going to offer to an agent when approaching or presenting to them.
I think something for public relations as a whole, which I think we spoke about this on the podcast quite recently, is try and get them on the phone so you can sell yourself better rather than communicating through emails. Because like if you can get them on the phone, you're more likely to present a better version of yourself and then confirm the conversation through an email after. So it shows kind of both, you're getting your best form of communication through, but you're also confirming, which means you have something to reference to later.
Which is, but again, that's preference. Because like Jake is all up for a phone call because it's like quick. I hate phone calls. But
do you not think you can get more done and achieve more as from a phone call? And like okay, for example, let's say a choreographer is like and ahhing about whether or not to hire you. If you get them on the phone, are you more likely to get hired?
Yeah,
I'm using this as a very loose reference.
Yeah, because they're probably less likely wanting to say no over a phone
call. A phone call, and you can also present how confident you are and how how professional you are and blah 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 blah.
But but let's switch that the other way. If you're not confident and you're a bit nervous and timid,
get confident.
Yeah, for sure, get confident. But then you don't want to have a conversation because you'll be like can't get any words out.
Then you're probably not confident.
You'll be choking like Eminem.
You're probably not confident enough for the job then,
or for to try and get to the agent, but. Confidence will also come with time. But I agree with what you're saying. So I guess it depends.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm talking from a public relations standpoint. That's how I manage my public relations, which works.
But I would always say best foot forward.
Yeah.
That's Jake's best quote ever.
Thanks, coach.
Yeah. They're all of our questions. There's some good questions today. I like them. Great job, team. Well done. Now I have a question for you.
Are you subscribed to the Ins and Outs podcast?
How did you know? I was actually going to say, have you subscribed to the Ins and Outs? If you haven't, you're a dickhead.
Wow. Facts.
Thanks for listening. Let's go dickhead.
Oh, and how good is our new sign?
How good is our new sign?
Beautiful.
We did have a wonderful drawing that Scarlett made us, which is going to go somewhere by here.
We're going to work it out.
But new sign. This was my birthday present from Jake, Nina, and Taz. I'm very, very lucky. Jake really wanted it for the studio. So.
Yeah, I actually did bought it for myself and used Kane's birthday as an excuse.
So yeah, it's dope, right? But yeah, please subscribe to the podcast.
Gangster,
it's so good. Please share the podcast with your friends. Share it with strangers. Share it with your dance colleges. Tell your teachers to listen to it.
The barrister or your local coffee shop.
Share it with your priest. Like... just share it. Like we're putting so much effort into giving you guys the best information and the best content to the highest quality we can. The more listeners that listen kind of gives us more reason to keep investing money in this. We will anyway, because we love it and it's our favorite thing to do. but we're trying to do it to help you as well. So please help us help you. And the more listeners and stuff that we get, the easier it is to get guests on. Like, we got plans. We got plans. Like, we can get higher profile guests on, the bigger engagement we have, because it's more of a pull. Because unfortunately, numbers is it's not a new currency, but numbers and views or subscribers is a currency, and that currency carries weight. So the more views and subscribers we have, the more currency we have to get hierarchy people on. If that makes any sense. But please subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. I'm at Mr. Bull Change. That's at Gibson_media_. Also hit him up if you need showreel footage or anything filmed, because he's really, really good.
I've done a lot of showreels lately.
I know, this could be your advert.
Thanks,
and
Coach.
then follow us on Instagram at the Ins and Outs Podcast _. Also, find me on TikTok at Mr. Bull Change. I'm probably going to delete it next week. But if I don't, I'm still there. Come and join. Peace out. One love. Fade.
The fade button's over there. You know what? I'll fade it in post. It's the far right button. Keep going. All the way to the right.
Fade.